Sunday morning, about 7:45. Very nice and quiet. Oh, it's so quiet, it's wonderful. Anyway guys, no cooking up breakfast. I've got it in a flask today, all nicely heated up. But I've got the cooker obviously for brewing up a brew, and I'm putting up the super tarp today. It's silver coloured, not really my favourite colour for tarps, but it will perform a suitable function when I go to the Lake District in about 6 weeks time. Little bit of ranting later, but anyway guys, listen, just the sound of that little stream. I would never take water from the stream due to the amount of junk that's up the top end of it, but it makes a nice burbling sound. There it is. Well guys, I've got the kettle on and I'm just waiting for it to brew, and I've got a breakfast here. It's last night's stew and I'll put it in that today. That's what I'm thinking of doing. I might cut the handle off of this so it's easy to fit in the rucksack. Tend not to use that very often, more when you hold it like that. Anyway, yeah, while walking up here today we've got some flats being knocked down, and tucked away in the corner of the area right by a telephone box was a hornbeam, quite a young hornbeam, and two very nice looking poplars. I walked past there today and they've gone. The bizarre thing is, on the side of the hoarding it says taking care of our environment. How can taking two trees out that are stuck in the corner and they will not be built upon, they're out of the way, how can taking them out be taking care of our environment? Bizarre. It just makes me think about how selfish we human beings are to our planet. We've actually bred out of all proportion, and we're slowly wrecking the very place that we live. I mean, you find nearly every animal that you know does not wreck its own environment. There have been one or two creatures in the past, but you know, on the whole, animals, our other brothers, our other animals, the people we share the planet with, tend not to destroy their environment. They live within their environment, they are a part of their environment. You don't find deer completely wrecking places. Okay, you can see where deer have been. I mean, you can see where deer have been through here by the amount of browsing that goes on, but it only happens within a certain thing. They would eat so much and then they would move on. Anyway, little rant over, and there are things that just annoy me like that. I'm away again in 6 weeks time up to the Lake District guys, and I'm hoping to learn some, in fact I will be learning new skills: paddle making, crook knife making, and well, making an axe helve for the couple of axes that I've got that I need putting handles on. The thing I am looking forward to in the course or the week is the forging of crook knives. We're all given a file, and we're going to forge that into a crook knife. Now I've got a crook knife that goes around like that. It's got quite a steep twist at the end, but I want a more sort of naturally curved one, so looking forward to making that, and it should be a good week. Hence one of the purposes of why I'm out today. I want to set my big tarp up and See how that is, because it's in the Lake District. It will be getting cold. Today we've had a very, very light frost. It was there, it was perceptible, and very, very light. Yeah, I just want to make sure that it's a big tarp. It's a 4x4 metre tarp, so I can actually get one side right down to keep the draft off, and I can swing up into the hammock. Just sorting out the bedding for that. It's a week's course, and I want to make sure that I'm comfortable for the whole week. I just hope it's not going to rain. Other than that, not a lot been going on. Next year is the 30th anniversary of Woodlaw. Ray Mears set the company up some 30 years ago. And the guy's become a legend. I am very, very disappointed though, very disappointed. He's doing a one-day Mastercraft workshop for carving, and he's charging £350 for the day, and I find that quite unacceptable. I know the guy needs to make a living, but I think that Woodlaw now is becoming known throughout the bushcraft community as being the most expensive company to do courses, and sadly it is a sad thing. You know, it's you know, I'll go to Bushcraft and I'll go to Woodsmoke, friendlier guys, and courses are cheaper. Money speaks, you know. It's there will always be people wanting to go on the courses, and I've met people that have done Woodlaw courses that have been quite disappointed because Ray wasn't leading them. Yes, I've met the guy, but I don't go on the courses to meet those people. I go on the courses to my tea is being brewed up. What? Put it out. Yeah, I go on these courses to learn new skills. Some of the skills I might be able to utilise in my day-to-day life, and others are there in the back of my mind just in case I happen to find myself in the middle of nowhere, which is highly unlikely, and I've lost all my kit and all I'm stuck with is an axe or a knife or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, I'm planning I might be doing a solo trip next year to Scotland. In fact, it's on the cards. I want to go up there for a couple of days on my jack to do it on my own. Thinking of going back to where I did the coastal forager. I can at least there's food there to be had. At the moment, I'm busy making a net. As I said in a previous video, it's made from jute twine. Excuse me guys. It's a pain to net because it's hairy and twisty and knotty, and but it's good for testing your patience. I do about 5 minutes at a time, sit down and get back. I've got some braided sea fishing line, and I'm going to use that for making a gill net with. I don't want to. I've looked on eBay for gill nets and I've seen big ones, but I don't want a massive gill net. It's only just for me and my going out into the sea catching fish. To that end, I'm intending to go sea fishing again. Haven't done that in years. We used to go with my dad. We used to go off the beach at night. We used to have beach casters. In fact, we used to have a lot of gear, and it's mysteriously disappeared over the years. What's happened to it, I don't know. But we can always start afresh. You don't need masses of gear when you're fishing. A lot of stuff in shops are there to catch the fish on. All these fancy baits and that. I mean, I've always got to buy when it comes to sea fishing. You know, I'll go and buy a lugworm, buy a bit of ragworm. Maybe if I caught some mackerel on the first out, you know, bit of mackerel strip, getting some mackerel feathers and mackerel lures. I'm just going to concentrate on shore fishing and off piers and jetties and rocks, feathering for mackerel. I'd like to go out in a boat, and I might attempt to take the canoe out. I don't know yet. I've still got to have its inaugural paddle. Bizarrely enough, I've paddled up my canoe, or a canoe, in the open sea, and yet I've not taken this one out, which I bought last year. Well, no, actually earlier this year. It's just actually getting out. It's just raising the energy to hop the train to Tunbridge and then paddle up the river for a bit. And to that end, I'm getting a small boat type fishing rod. I've seen the one I want to get. It's probably inexpensive, probably about £12. But it's all part of this thing we call bushcraft. You know, we sit there and we gather bits of kit, but actually a lot of the time it's very simple. You don't need bushcraft to become like fishing. There's more kit out there. Excuse me guys. No, there's more kit out there to catch a bushcraft than to actually be practical. Everything you need's out here. If I needed to, I've got everything here. I've got an axe, I've got a saw, I've got a knife, I've got plenty of wood. I can make myself a shelter, get a fire going. As for food, well, that's another matter. There's a lake just up the road. It's got some nice carp in it, and though I haven't got any fishing gear with me, I could cobble something together. There's no rabbit. If I was very lucky, I might catch a deer, but I'll be very, very lucky. So the dog's looking extremely tempting at the moment. Mind you, might get upset if I stuck him on the fire. But other than that, guys, yeah, I'm feeling quite good. Lots of things are happening. There's lots of plans coming to fruition, and I'm gonna settle down. I'm gonna drink my tea, have my breakfast, and enjoy this early morning. Right guys, there she is, the well, I call it the super tarp. It's 4 by 4 metres, and I've had this a couple of years, but I've never really actually used it that often. I've often felt it a little too big for most purposes, but the expedition to Scotland and also going up the lakes a few times, as it's getting colder, I thought something a bit larger to keep the draft off. I can actually pull these right down, these on either side, so I've basically got an A-frame tent. I've got this well above head height, so I can actually walk straight down the middle as we're going to go in, and I don't even have to duck. I want to try and get this up a little bit higher if I can, and then, well, I've got a few modifications to do. Obviously I want to run a line underneath for my hang-ups, and put gear in, maybe pop up a net, and I've got a gorilla clip which I might put in the middle just to lift the centre of the tarp up. But other than that, it's working quite well. I've got some stakes that I made earlier. You can see the yellow top there. I'm going to make slightly longer stakes because I know the ground in Cumbria can be a bit soft. Ooh, it's gone out of focus for some reason. I wonder why that is. Here we go, we've come back now. The autofocus on this is a bit naff sometimes, I think. Little campsite there. There's Alfie, my wonderful little doggy, who's cost us a lot of money lately. And my chair, which I might be taking up to Cumbria with me. Some things became revealed when I went to Scotland. Being picked up at the station and what have you does mean that I can carry just that little bit extra gear in hand luggage, what I would call hand luggage, a handbag. Anyway, there we go. the super tarp as I call it, made by Robbins, and you can buy in Cotswolds actually. Very good tarp. Okay, it's silver, it's not green, grey, black or whatever, but what the heck, I'm out to enjoy myself for a week, not worry whether I can hide. And there'll be about another 10 I think of us, and of course the hammock down the middle. Whee! Yep, all snaked up, and it works very well. Anyway, I'm burbling on, so I'm going to walk out, and it's a pleasure to be able to walk through the tarp. So there we go. Well, while I'm waiting for the kettle to boil, I'm just going to take a wander through here and see what we've got. Yes, down there some squirrel sign. Well, it's sweet chestnut, and they've been eating sweet chestnut. And if we come a bit further up here, we can see some more squirrel sign. Unfortunately, chestnuts aren't as fat as they normally are. We've had a really bad year, fruit and nut wise. The only fruits that were in any abundance this year were the blackberries and the rowans. Even the elderberries are in short supply this year, so I'm leaving them for the birdies and the other little animals that feed upon them. Because being as I'm a human being, I can get my food from the local supermarket. So this is the animal supermarket. Look at that nice bit of sun through the trees. Yeah. And there's a welcoming sight. The water is boiling, steaming away. So I'm going to turn this off now and have a second brew for the day. Well guys, I was sitting there drinking my brew, whoops, and having a think, and I've tried it on a diamond formation, corner to corner setup, and okay, I've still got the same amount of room, but the room underneath is changed slightly. There's more room over the hammock, so that I can actually get a bit more, I can feel a bit more confident in not getting wet if it tips it down. Again, I can actually pull the corners right down if needs be, so that I can get these right down to the ground. But obviously with this tarp I can achieve some good shelter. In fact, the way I've got it set up now was, I think I would have it like a base camp, you know, an expedition camp, who knows. Anyway guys, the corner to corner formation, and it works quite well. Well guys, just done a little jiggle around. I've lifted this side right up, hooked it round that tree, and then I pulled that down. It actually makes for a very nice camp. Quite impressed with this setup, and I might go with this on the Cumbria trip up in the Lake District. And I think I've got myself a winter tarp set up now. Well guys, I've had a play around in the woods, and I've sorted the tarp out. The tarp, I'm sitting under it now, it's great. Nice bit of sun coming through, it's a bright sunny day. Anyway, as I said, I've sorted the tarp out, quite pleased with my setup. What I'd like to say is a welcome to all my new subscribers. I haven't posted much of late, I've been busy doing other stuff, as you know. I'm just hoping it's proving a good, well, relatively informative video. It's just me playing in the woods really. Big shout out to Sandy. I hope all goes well with your new path in life, Sandy, and I hope it really does work out well for you. I knew you wasn't happy in your last job, and I hope this period of self-employment and the making of your jacklaw knives is going to work out well for you. As a point of interest, ever thought of doing some stainless steel knives? Primarily because I go I'll be doing some stuff down on the coast, and a stainless steel knife is far better for the coast than a carbon steel knife. Primarily it's all to do with the rust and the corrosion. Anyway, other than that, got a few ideas cooking off, and I'll be working on those over the next few months. And I've got a bit of a challenge coming up, and it's a sort of bushcrafty type challenge, and more on that on the next video, on the next little outdoors photo shoot, or maybe indoors. Be doing a short video soon on making some strops up. Maybe one of those, a couple of those will be going out to some friends. I don't know yet. Anyway guys, until next time, may your feet never tire, and may your brews always be hot. Bye.